поддерживать их.
Our speakers are concerned. Please support them with applause as soon as or as often as possible.
Добрый день, дорогие друзья. Давно не выступал.
Hello, dear friends. I haven't made presentations for a long time. Please, sorry about some failures, but I won't apologize for this. Right. Have a look. How this subject was chosen. I learned that Dmitry was going to attend the conference. Actually, I came here to meet Mikhail and Dmitry and other guys, and I also needed to prepare some subject, and that I decided CMS as an instrument, as a tool. Before that, I asked Dmitry which subject to choose. He said why Evo is better than Revo, but everything was said here, so I would like to thank him for that. I understand that very soon it will be a match between Russia and Argentina, and everyone wants to have a drink. So please have some patience. I chose 10 CMS based on rating CMS magazine. I only added Revolution CMS, which is currently at the 17th place in 6 months, but it's improving and it's inseparably linked with MODX. And secondly, different frameworks like Zenit, Wheat, I don't know how it is called, probably YEE2, because I have very strange associations when I hear this acronym. And accordingly, I want to show you which websites are made on other CMS, not just on MODX. For instance, everybody knows 1C Bittrex, or probably there are people that haven't heard about it. None. A site of the Moscow State University was based on that, and the website of the General Prosecutor's Office of the Russian Federation, and some others associated with the state and with the public. Also, Независимая газета, like independent newspaper. WordPress, you also heard about it. Quite nice projects are based on that. Have you heard about this newspaper? You wouldn't believe it, but the New York Times is made on WordPress. It has been remade drastically, but nonetheless, it's WordPress. One of the websites of Renault company is also based on the WordPress. You can check the source content. And on WordPress, also different blogs and informational resources are prepared. Further, you also heard about this Joomla. Also, good projects are based on Joomla, or actually they used to be made on Joomla. Actually, it's the first CMS that still survived. It used to be called Mamba, then it's called Joomla, then some other driver, I don't remember its name, Justina. But Joomla is the only CMS that remains still after 2000. All world famous brands were based on Joomla, and so I couldn't skip it. And also lots of websites are on Joomla. One of the examples, Nana pop group. The website is alive, but the band is not alive, or this group. There are lots of rock stars, lots of performers, their websites, and so on and so forth. Then there was a surprise for me. Not everybody knows that based on this system, lots of good websites were organized. Drupal is a constant in my vision, but few people know that such wonderful websites like White House are based. This is a newspaper, Сегодня.ru, like Today.ru, and Ubuntu, and lots of portals. That lots of global brands work on Drupal. This system, I have all the systems I'm showing to you, I have worked with personally, and I have also worked with Yumi. I was trying to change something in template, and the website failed, and it didn't respond for 3 days. I don't know what's going on in this system. Does anybody know any advantages of this system? Why is it in the top list? I have just one website on this CMS, Mariinsky Ballet and Opera Theater. This is my second surprise. Magento is the first e-commerce global in Russia. Practically no one knows about it. Yet, based on this system, 30% of e-commerce, or 1/3, is based on Magento, and few people know about it in Russia. One of my colleagues, in 18 months, earned for a 2-room apartment in Moscow working on Magento. If someone is interested, also Gucci, Coca-Cola, Victoria's Secrets, and lots of other global e-commerce websites are made on Magento. Or whatever is the pronunciation. Some portals, powerful products are based on that, like TASS, news agency, Dosh TV channel, GIS, GIS are made, all of them are made on YEE, OpenCard. To be honest, I was trying to find good websites on OpenCard. All of you know, at least Russian speakers know good websites. But can anyone recollect a known of good website like TASS News Agency or others? I didn't find any, but still it's in the top list. MODX Revolution. Did any of you hear about that? Actually, it was rather difficult to find a world brand, international brand, or if not international, at least very well known based on MODX Revolution. I have found Synergy, Maki, probably someone has tried this food, and was Patriot, what I have found. And the last system, Evolution, administration of the Tambov Oblast in Russia. Bolshevichka factory, maybe any of you know this factory in Russia. Also, watercolors school of Sergei Andriaki. It's down currently, I don't know why. Anyway, these are websites made on other systems, and as you can see, they are quite popular. And probably some system became a revelation for you, as I saw based on your reaction, Magento. Nobody expected that it can provide good systems. What does a client need? I understand that, yes, but I'll be quick. A client needs a product. And to be honest, he's not concerned on which system, on which CMS, and what advantages or disadvantages it has, how it will be implemented. He has a budget and he needs a project. He provides budget and we create a project. And the selection of CMS is always our choice. MODX is a wonderful system which is universal. As you could see previously, Bittrex and Drupal are portals, Weezent and others are some kind of complicated systems. WordPress is a blog. OpenCard is an internet store, which, like in 30 minutes, you have an internet store. Let's say a client has $10,000 and he wants a good internet store. It can be made on MODX Revolution, but if a client has 10,000 Russian rubles, it needs to be launched, and we need to show 3 goods for him. There is such a task to do it today. Why not use OpenCart? Why not take WordPress and install some, not plugins, but extras, add-ons, and provide it on that. For each task, there is a budget and implementation, and MODX is very good for custom solutions. On MODX, you can do everything. We'll know it, we'll love it, and it's universal, generic. But if there are generic tasks, let's solve them through generic ways. And lastly, what I would like to mention about evolution and revolution, Dmitry has already mentioned that not for each project you will install and install. I have some projects are small. Some of my clients, they like subscribers, they pay just 3,000 rubles per month. So there are lots of clients like that. We can't ignore them. Not everyone can afford to pay $500 for servicing. This is true. And if we prepare a large-scale project, I either recommend to make it on Revo or give this project to Dmitry. And if a person is limited money-wise, we should provide him some solution. He doesn't want to be based on WordPress, and he wants with a minimum budget to have the maximum benefit, and evolution in this sense is very suitable. Now it's on the 17th place in ranking of free CMS. But I believe in half a year after this conference, I need 3 companies as a minimum. I don't think it's such a difficult task. And closer to the next conference, we will be on the third or second place, because this evolution CMS has all the advantages of Revo advantages. At the same time, it's much simpler. And we see that it's rather dynamically evolving. And I would like to sum up with the words of Andrei Krylov. There is a poem like A Monkey and Glasses, like when monkey was old, and if you remember, Mama said to monkey, like glasses is very good, beneficial thing if you put them on your nose. If you lick them or sniff, nothing will work. So you should select the CMS to solve a specific targeted task. And that task, in that case, there will be no holy wars. And lastly, hopefully Russia will win tonight. Thank you very much. Thank you, Alexey. And some questions from the audience. Okay, Vasily. I have a simple question. Do I understand correctly that this presentation point is not to become a good expert in one CMS, but to know something about different ones, and probably to make a little money in different CMS? What's the idea? No, it's not like that. I told you that if I'm given a difficult task like a portal that I can master, but it is easier to prepare it, like Drupal, I need to master it. For instance, I don't know it. I know just MODX. I don't work with other CMS. That's why it's easier for me to give this task, to assign it to Drupal. Why don't do it on MODX? Or you don't know everything about MODX. Maybe that's the problem. You know, the ratio between efforts, labor, and as a consequence of a budget that will be allocated for the project for Drupal will be lower. Yeah, for the one who knows Drupal. So you either need to give this work to someone else or to master everything, at least a little bit. I think that you should master very well one system, but also to know about capabilities of other systems. And if a difficult project emerges, what then? You know MODX, and a difficult project appears. Why would you give it to Drupal or whatever? What's the point? Dmitry wants to answer this question.
Yes.
If a person says that the project is difficult and his skills don't allow him to resolve this task, so all projects that are coming to you are not that difficult if you think that you can master them. But there are some minor points why. I worked with the same project for many years. Okay, Vasily, I will answer this question. Unfortunately, not everybody is Vasily or Dmitry, but why not? That's my next question. Objectively, not everybody is that smart. Okay, no further questions. Thank you. Do you need a link for that? For the hosting, even two. I'm sorry, it was not a link, it was a discount. It's the same word in Russian. Any further questions from the audience? You were talking about different CMS, and the CMS, specific CMS is chosen for a permanent project to easier to find one which is easier, but I work with MODX Evolution and WordX SMS, but it's my personal choice. I don't impose it. What evolution and revolution advantages in your work? What are the advantages? After the last conference, after I talked with Vasily, I decided to work closely with revolution, but each time taking any new project, I ran into different obstacles, and identification of the reasons took lots of time. And eventually, I stopped doing it, and I started to work with evolution just like that. Thank you very much. Any further questions from the audience? Vitaly, thank you. When you said that MODX evolution and evolution CMS are good for typical or generic tasks, probably you should have mentioned that there's no such marketplace in evolution that, for instance, Bittrex has. And one might think that Bittrex is more suitable for generic tasks when you can open up a ready box and introduce for different projects. But from a different perspective, evolution is also good. But it's only a matter of speed. Yes, I can say that on Jolly, too many more extras, like on Bittrex, Reva, and whatever. But good extras, add-ons that really work, they are very limited. They are very few. There are lots of authors here. I don't think they are not intelligent enough. I'm talking about Bittrex, which is evolving very well. Speaking about generic tasks, there are not that many. And the cost of Bittrex, by the way, another point, when a client is coming and we don't give him a chance to select a platform on which his website will be developed, but we're dictating to him that it's the developer's choice. It's like cheating, because clients might think what will happen in 3 years. It's clear that if a person would come and say, I want my site on Bittrex, we would tell him, go to the Bittrex company. Okay, there are lots of teams, but if we talk about MODX revolution, people come here to discuss its future. Exactly when a client comes to us, we tell him in 3 years there will be MODX 3, it will be again compatible, and there is some development and evolution. I understand you will also say there's no future. When MODX 4 will emerge, we will close this branch. It's more like a question to Dmitry. Thank you. When MODX 4 will appear, what will happen to MODX 3? Today it has been discussed what will happen, that it will be compatible with MODX 2. And now the question, if MODX 4 proves that it's a good system, I will be glad to say that, let's say that we will switch over to MODX 4. And I'm not happy with that for many reasons. And as soon as everything is fine, I will switch over to MODX 4. I'm for combining these systems and creating one system, but currently it doesn't work. Let's not continue this discussion. I'm glad that in the near future, I hope that we will all come together and everything will be fine with CMS evolution.
One more question. То есть просто такое небольшое наблюдение, как у агентства. Сейчас все говорят про evolution, то есть и MODX 4, то есть то, как с этим работает, надо работать с этим очень... То есть я думаю, что эта конференция посвящена MODX, а конференция по EVO надо будет произвести еще в будущем, потому что там необходимо много доработать, много еще развить. But what was the question? What was the question, actually? Так давайте я еще...
Итак,
у меня нет.
ладно, идет нам помощь. Помощь к нам идет. Прошу.
So can you please repeat the question? Yeah. That was the question.
If all of, or a lot of work is
Yes,
gone into
yes,
MODX
yes.
inclusion, and
Yes.
it looks awesome, it looks really good. But if all of that effort was put into revolution, we would be so much further ahead with the as a consequence.
Ну, то есть, если бы все вот эти усилия, которые вкладываются в то, что вы писали, вкладывались бы вот в Revolution, да, этот проект, то мы бы гораздо уже, наверное, больше продвинулись, достигли бы общей, ну, совокупной эффективности гораздо более высокой. Как вы считаете? So your question, whether he thinks that it's so, yeah, that we could progress much.
Я бы с удовольствием вкладывал свои силы в Revolution, я бы с удовольствием свои силы вкладывал, не знаю, в обустройство дворов, я бы с удовольствием вкладывал свои силы бы во многие всякие полезные вещи, но, к сожалению, мне и кушать хочется.
I would, of course, be eager to invest my efforts and time into Revolution and everything like similar things, but I also want to eat something, to earn something, you know. This is very important.
И поэтому, как бы, ну, я вкладываю определенные усилия в Evolution, соответственно, но я это делаю не безвозмездно, а делаю, как бы, потом с отдачей для себя.
So, and that's why I put some efforts into Evolution, but I do it not for free, but I want to have some yield from that.
Спасибо. Еще вопросы из зала? Есть ли желающие? Так, сейчас я выключу второй микрофончик. Ну что ж, в школе зала вопросов нету, есть вопрос от меня. Алексей, зачем ты нас заставлял скидывать тебе песни, которые ассоциируются у нас с другими системами управления?
Идея была.
Но ты